before we take some calls, I like to ask you this. Arsene Wenger, he came out. Before we'll go on a break soon, but I'd like us to touch on this one before we go on the break. Arsene Wenger came out and he said that the winner of Europa should not have an automatic ticket to Champions League, which means that if you win Europa, what you have should be more or else an automatic ticket to the Europa League. And rival fans have come at him. A lot of Manchester United fans have said that, okay, it's because now that we want to win it, you are saying this. But I have my reservations. I have my objections. But since this concerns you, Jeremiah, I'd like to first of all ask you this. Do you agree with Arsene Wenger?
Absolutely no.
Because why?
Firstly, I think if that should come out from any coach or any ex-coach, if that is coming out from somebody like Wenger, I'm sorry to say, it's not supposed to come down from him.
Why?
He never won any of these European trophies. So why is he coming down to say
winning?
It's about winning.
They are giving you something about qualifications.
Are
you saying what he said is not objective?
Not the answer.
Are you saying what he said is not objective?
That is not the answer to what they asked.
I'm coming.
We are talking about.
I'm coming there. I understand. I'm coming there.
Go to the question.
I'm
don't
going there.
Go to the question or go to the answer.
Now, this season Arsenal played in the Europa League final against Chelsea. What position was Arsenal in the league?
Maybe we're about 9 or 8 or so.
Now,
hold on. The season Arsenal played, or the season?
No, the season Arsenal played Chelsea in the Europa League.
They qualified for Europa League based on their position. The previous
that's
season.
not what I'm saying. That particular season,
they were not too good enough. The season Arteta came in.
That was the next season Arteta came in. The next season Arteta came in.
Europa League final.
After the Europa League final,
He lost to Unai Emery.
Yes, now.
No,
to Sevilla.
Not Sevilla.
Chelsea.
Yes. Now, I was asking that the position Arsenal were on the table was like maybe 6th or 7th.
Okay.
They were not qualifying for the
8-7. And we qualified for Europa League
after losing Champions League.
That's Europa final. Then we qualified for
Europa
League again.
Okay. Now, if Arsenal
in that same season,
if Arsenal won that particular Europa League thing and they qualify for the Champions League, will Arsene Wenger come out and say this? Now,
it's
that's
not
one.
About that. It's not about.
Now, it's now.
You are talking about favoring, like
no, I'm not talking about favoring now. I'm not talking about favoring now.
It is not good for me. I don't want it. I don't like it. Whether we win Europa League and qualify for it's not good. I don't want it.
Okay, Shagun, I like him to explain his point to the end.
Okay, now.
Is it maybe because you
let him explain his point to the end. I'm interested in it.
Okay, now. Sevilla won that Europa League, I think 3 times or 4 times in a row.
Four times in a row.
4 times in a row.
I think 5.
And those 4 seasons, they were never in the top 4 in the league. And through that, they will qualify for the Champions League. And to me, I see it as an intention. They will not qualify out of the group, go back to the Europa League, win it again.
Jeremiah, you are not answering this particular question based on the fact that you are the verge of getting the same treat. Fine.
He's judging the team based on the league performance. Fine, I accept it. He's judging. No, that's one of the.
No,
reasons.
he's not judging the team based on the performance.
Why is he coming out to say it now?
Not now. He's been saying it not today.
Since when?
It's not today. You know, Wenger has his own trajectory about sport generally, and he always imbibe that anywhere, every interviews. This is what he wants. This is what he feels. This is what now on that particular thing. Let me come in. I'm sorry, because that thing is so. To me, I don't buy it. Let me give you something like, okay, now you are coming back to you. If you win Champions League, you win Champions League that same season, you are like 5th on the table, and you win Champions League. That means you automatically qualify for the next season Champions League, right?
And you qualify for the Club World Cup.
No. Hold on. If you win Europa League,
yes.
No. If you win Champions League and you're 5th you qualify for Champions League automatically.
Why will Europa League winner qualify for Champions League.
The excuse
No.
will be that there's
It
no
is
other
wrong.
league, there's no higher league
It
to
is-
qualify for.
There is
You
higher
see,
league.
you can't have the same-
Which league is that?
You can't
There is
have
another one.
After Champions League.
There's Club World Cup.
No.
Club World Cup is
it's
hold
for
on,
the
the
own-
winners of the Champions League
In the Euro, in the
in
world.
all the continents.
On
Yes,
the continent.
now.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't win the Champions League, will you go for Club World Cup? No.
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 So what?
If
Yes.
You don't get what he said.
I understand what he's saying. He's,
So
he's
you're
basically talking
struggling
about-
to make an excuse here.
No.
because they are
It's
they're
basically-
about to
okay.
achieve the feat.
Why do you win FA Cup
That
and
fits.
qualify for Europa League?
You don't need to qualify for Champions League after winning Europa League. It's as simple as that.
Then why-
If
Okay,
you
can I
win-
break
if you
something
win-
down?
if
I like you to do. I like us to note something, and it's that to do with the Sevilla case. But first of all, I like us to take our minds back. I was just having a random football discussion with someone, and he said that for some reason this year's Europa League doesn't have the bite of previous Europa League because of this new format. But this new format favors the Champions League more. And I asked him why. And he said something. He said, have we forgotten that most of the time when you lose in the Champions League, based on best loser or something, you go to Europa League.
I want to talk about that.
And-
I actually wanted to talk about it.
And hold
Actually
on.
my mind.
And when you do that, it
And
adds
it's
a bit
wrong.
more bite to the Champions League. You know, and we saw that this season that didn't happen. You lose, you go home. And I now had to check Sevilla. First back-to-back UEFA Cup win was 2005 and 2007. In 2005,
They
2006
came
season
from Champions League to the Europa.
to Europa. They finished fifth in the league. The next season, they finished third when they won in 2006, 2007. They were third. Then they had a tripit where, 2013, 2014, they were fifth. 2014, 2015, they were fifth in the league. They ended up finishing fifth in the league. And 2015, 2016, they were seventh in the league. I would say this. This might sound like and the moment you say this, it will look like you are being antagonistic of Manchester United. I think Arsene has a point. I think
It's a very good point.
I think Arsene has
very,
a point.
very good point.
Unfortunately,
when you win,
unfortunately,
Europa, come on.
Unfortunately, he said that even before the Champions League semi-final, second leg. But unfortunately, it's coming at a time when, while he was manager, the two clubs in the final
Strongest opponents.
are one of his strongest rivals.
That's the problem.
Either I'm not even talking about on field of play, traditional
Yes.
rivals. So I feel to an average Manchester United fan that saw the rivalry between Wenger and Ferguson, they're going to go Kiloshe bye-bye.
Bias.
To Tottenham fan, they're going to go, oh, because you guys can't win anything now, you are coming at us. You get my point. So it's going to look extremely biased. I've seen Tottenham fans, I've seen Manchester United fans come at it. But the point for me is
Moving
this.
forward.
The
Moving
point
forward,
for
it's
me
about
is
Manchester
this.
United.
If you win, I'll give you an example now. We cannot say that this Manchester United team that is likely to win the Europa League is strong enough to do well in the Champions League. If we base it on the present league form. If we base it on the present league form. So you come into the Champions League, you don't do well, you get knocked out, you're not going back to the Europa League. That format has changed. But Europa League could be the standard that is good for Manchester United. Now, of course, I know that you all are going to come for me, but it's fine. I'm speaking based on current form. That could help you gain more confidence, if possible, win more trophies. It's a very delicate conversation, no matter how you look at it. A Tottenham fan will be like, finally, we want to win something, and Mr. Wenger still has by.
Nobody's
in his
saying you
heart.
shouldn't win anything. But when you win this thing, you automatically qualify for that thing again. Only if you win Europa League and you are like second or third in your league, then you have
The Champions
you have the
League.
Champions League automatic. Do you understand?
Can I say something?
Say.
You can't. Be,
So which now leave if you now do it's delicate. Okay, now you win the Europa League, and then you're also second in your or third or fourth in your league.
league.
So you have 2 automatic qualifications,
Do you understand?
which gives another team a chance
to go.
which now puts a problem when we now bring about the coefficiency rule.
That is
where based on how you perform well, then
you admitted to.
Then you have an extra team. So it's a crazy thing.
So
it's a crazy
that's why
situation.
you have to forfeit that thing. Moving forward, I'm not saying you win it and go to your Champions League. Fine. Moving forward, that thing is not.
So if Tottenham had been either second to fourth in the league now, and they win it, they can't play 2 matches in the Champions League. They have to let one go. It's crazy. It's a crazy conversation, and at the end of the day, I think that logic would have to prevail, and let's see what the authorities will do. But Wenger, I think, has stirred up a certain level of conversation. We'd like to see how it turns out. One last reaction from you before we go on the break.
Now, we played Bilbao, I think, just yesterday.
Not yesterday. You played Bilbao this week before recording this week. Okay, go on.
Okay, we played Bilbao before recording this week, and as you can see on the table, where is Bilbao position? 4th. And Spain is having 5 teams qualifying for the Champions League next season. Now, I think
England is having 5 too.
Yes, I think where that Arsene Wenger opinion is coming from is that now you are very, very poor in the league. You won the Europa League, qualify for the Europa League again. That should be fair enough. In this, I think in this
it's the same thing that I explained
in this new
format. That's fair enough in the format.
Okay, now what he's just trying to say is that people that are playing in the Europa League are not good enough to play in the Champions League indirectly. Now, if you qualify
for it's clear like that.
Yes.
If you qualify for Europa League, you are not good enough to play in the Champions League. Either by some stroke of bad luck or some stroke of good luck.
Bilbao is playing in the Champions League next season. Hope we know.
Yes.
Fine. Frankfurt is playing in the Champions League next season.
Yes.
Yes.
They did well in their league enough.
Yes. But Roma is playing they are not playing the Champions League. Bilbao, we defeated Bilbao mercilessly, and they are Champions League bound. Does that mean that we are not ready to play in the Champions League?
It simply means that you probably play in a better league or a more tougher league.
You should know that.
Okay.
Arsenal defeated PSG first leg. They were all like this. Second leg, the semi-finals, they got trounced. Are you saying that first leg PSG is a bad team?
No.
So, or second now in the semi-final, is Arsenal is a bad team?
Yes.
Yes. How?
Can you imagine that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will go on a break now. When we come back, we will resume. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it locked down. Don't go away. This is Over the Bar. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We left off with the old Arsene Wenger palaver, but then these 2 gentlemen in the studio have their different takes, and I'm sure if Jeremiah has a way, he probably would pick up the phone, call Arsene Wenger, and say that Baba to the power of win election. But that is, but then that's not even for Wenger. I think Tottenham fans will be the ones that will be like, kill him. They will be like, no, because we're winning it. Okay, I'd like to put on I've got initially I had 2 people to call in on this show, but then before that I'd like to have Onyeze and then of course Sheyi. Sheyi still has absconded because he doesn't want to carry his banner at 10:10 bus stop. Baba, you will carry that banner even if it's during the season break. No wahala. But quickly now, before we do that, I've got I'd like to put a call through to my friend and my brother, and I'm talking about Daniel Onyeze. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our friend and brother in the building, Daniel. Daniel, hello, how you doing?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm doing very good. The weather is hot too.
So Daniel, I have in the studio with me, I have Shego Sams, a diehard Arsenal fan, and I have another proud brother. You're both finalists together, of course. So this Arsenal fan cannot relate. At least that Shego Sams cannot relate. I'm talking about Jeremiah Moderaton, another Manchester United fan. So how are you doing, Daniel?
I'm doing all right. We thank God. I'm all right. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Okay.
How's everyone in the studio?
They are all fine. They are all fine, except that Shegun Sams is trying to recover.
That's not fine. Is it fine?
You shall want to hear my voice, Abby. I'm fine.
Okay, so Daniel, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to you and to your darling club Chelsea for making it into the finals of this year's Workshop League. Sorry,
Conference League.
Conference League.
Conference
Final now.
Final. Arsenal, if you relate to.
Yes, now final. So far you shall reach the final. I still final.
Okay, so a quick one though. I know you're not in the Europa League. I know you're playing in what a lot of people might term presumably a lesser competition, but it's still cup na cup, even if not plastic. Now, Arsene Wenger said something is that I find very interesting. He said that the winner of the Europa League should no longer have an automatic qualification into the Champions League. Rather, they should qualify straight up for Europa League. I don't know. What's your take on this one?
Would I say Wenger is bitter? I don't know. I don't. Let's be frank. That sounds like a bitter statement. But then
he said that before Arsenal got knocked out, though.
Before Arsenal got knocked out. Wow. Okay, let's look at it this way. What about Conference League? The winner of Conference League, where should they automatically go to?
I don't know.
But then I feel it's okay. It is okay if the winner of the Europa League goes to the Champions League. I believe because Europa League is just like a younger brother to Champions League. So I believe the winner of that competition should have a say, should have a spot in the Champions League. It has been like that ever since. It makes sense. Let me put it that way. It makes sense, right? This is like first time I'm hearing people arguing or saying something about it. Like, I'm surprised when guys are not talking about it because logically it makes sense. The winner of the Europa League can or should go to the Champions League. So also the winner of the Conference League should go to the Europa League. I feel it just makes sense. It's kind of logical. So I'm not really buying what Wenger is saying. I'm not really buying. But then if you now look at it, Man U and Tottenham, with the kind of horrible season they've had in the league, this is another angle. With the kind of horrible season they've had in the league, I don't think they deserve to be in charge of the season.
Now, see, that's the point I want to come in. Shegun Sam talking. So now the point is, I don't want to use that angle of Manchester United and Tottenham having a bad season, which obviously they have. But the point is, if you win Champions League, if you win Europa League and you qualify for Champions League automatically, and you are doing well in your league, you ended up being maybe like second or third in your league, and you are winning the Europa as well. That means you automatically qualify for Champions League by winning the Europa League, and automatically qualify for Champions League by the position you have on the league. That gives you like 2 qualifications. Is that not insane? Do we need that? See, the point is, let Champions League be championship feel enough. Let it be
exclusive. Is that what you're trying to say?
Let it be fought for. Do you understand? Let it be dragged for. Don't make a sport in Champions League an incentive because you are winning one particular cup. No, you've had enough. Number one, you've won the cup from like 8th position in the league. You've won a cup. Fine, you got money from Europe. 2, they can't give you another. They can't give you third incentive by giving you Champions League spots again. Tori go win Europa.
I understand where that pain is coming from.
It's not pain. You're not getting the point. I don't care who is there, even if it's Arsenal that is playing Europa. When you win it, Baba, may not go qualify again for Europa or try in your league to be 1, 2, 3, and 4.